The standard banknote of South Korea. Officially, the Republic of Korea is a country in East Asia, constituting the southern part of the Korean peninsula and sharing a land border with North Korea. Its western border is formed by the Yellow Sea, while its eastern border is defined by the Sea of Japan. South Korea claims to be the sole legitimate government of the entire peninsula and adjacent islands. It has a population of 51 million, of which roughly half live in the Seoul capital area, the fifth largest metropolis in the world. Other major cities include Incheon, Busan, and Daegu. The official currency of South Korea is the South Korean won. The won currently has 4 different banknotes: the 1,000 won, 5,000 won, 10,000 won, and 50,000 won. The front side of all the banknotes include portraits of prominent figures in Korean history, including their year of birth and year of death, while the backside includes pictures of areas and items of historical or cultural value. Both the front and the backside include the name of the issuer or bank. The 1,000 won. The obverse side features the portrait of the famous Confucian scholar and philosopher, Yihu Wang, known by his honorific name Toji. He established the Yongnam School, and set up the Dosan Seiwon, a private Confucian academy. He is one of the 2 most honored thinkers of the Korean Neo-Confucian tradition. His fully balanced and integral grasp of the complex philosophical Neo-Confucian synthesis woven by Chu Shi during China's Sung dynasty, marks the tradition's arrival at full maturity in Korea. His 4-7 debate with Ki Taesung established a distinctive problematique that strongly oriented Korean Neo-Confucian thought towards exacting investigation of critical issues regarding the juncture of metaphysics and their all-important application in describing the inner life of the human heart and mind. Together with the maewa, the blossoms of an East Asian plum tree, known in Korea as a masil tree, as it is said that Toji, Yihu Wang, loved these blossoms. There is also a story saying that he told his nephew to continue to water his masil tree on his deathbed, indicating his passion and love for the tree and its blossoms. The juice from these masil plums is widely used in traditional medicine all over East Asia. This symbolized nobility and patience in traditional Korean culture. The portrait under the maehwa is the Myeongryang, which was part of Sungkyungwan. At that time, Sungkyungwan was Korea's most prominent educational institute where Toji Yihu Wang graduated from, and later served as the head of the institution. Myeongryang still exists today, and can be found in today's Sungkyunkwan University. The reversed side shows the landscape portrait of the Dosan Sodang, and is a portrait by the painter Tsongsan, also known as Junjiat Tsongsan, 1676 to 1759. The name of this famous portrait is Gasan Yonggodo, the painting of a quiet home above the stream. According to history, Toji Yihu Wang established this place in 1561, and stayed here for 7 years while teaching his students discipline reading and writing. If you take closer look at the building, you will see a man sitting, and it is believed that it portrays Toji Yihu Wang teaching his students. And the lettering translates, Bank of Korea, 1001. Type, standard banknote. Year, 2007. Composition, paper. Size, 136 by 68 millimeters. Shape, rectangular. The 5001. The obverse side of this 5001 banknote features the portrait of the philosopher Yi Yi, also known as Yogong Yi, 1536 to 1584. He is the 3rd son of Shinsa Imdong, and one of the 2 most notable philosophers during the Joseon dynasty. He was one of the 2 most prominent Korean Confucian scholars of the Joseon dynasty. He is often referred to by his pen name Yilgong, Chestnut Valley. He is not only known as a scholar but also as a revered politician and reformer. He was academical successor of Gwang-Jo. It is said that by the age of 7, he had finished his lessons in the Confucian classics, and passed the civil service literary examination at the age of 13. He secluded himself in Kumgangsan following his mother's death when he was 16 and stayed for 3 years studying Buddhism. He left the mountains at 20 and devoted himself to the study of Confucianism. He passed special exams with top honors with a winning thesis titled Chandochek, Book on the Way of Heaven, which was widely regarded as a literary masterpiece, displaying his knowledge of history and the Confucian philosophy of politics, and also reflecting his profound knowledge of Taoism. He continuously received top honors on civil exams for a consecutive 9 times. Due to his vast experience in different offices over the years, he was able to garner a wide vision of politics and with the deep trust of the king. And he became one of the central figures of politics by the time he was 40. He served in several offices within the metropolitan and provincial government. His official posts included appointments of Minister of Military Affairs, Minister of Public Works, and Minister of Personnel until he died at age 49. This banknote featured a black bamboo ojik, which boasts a long black stamp flexible and used as a material for fishing rods and crafts. It is often planted in gardens for its high ornamental value. It is believed a bamboo or special as a special mother and son. It also depicts his birthplace Ojikan, meaning Black Bamboo Shrine, where he lived with his mother. This place still exists in Korea today and there remains one of the oldest wooden residential buildings in Korea. On the back side of the banknote is a painting by his mother Shinsa Imdong. This painting is known as Subak Goyochi, the watermelon and the grasshopper. Type, standard banknote. Year, 2006. Composition, paper. Size, 142 by 68 millimeters. Shape, rectangular. The 10,001. This banknote shows the portrait of King Sejong the Great. He was the 4th king of the Joseon dynasty, and was also the founder of the Korean writing system Hangul, which occurred in 1443 during the 12th month of the lunar calendar. Later in 1446, the Book of Joseon Gwang-Jo Silik described the new language of Joseon as Hunminjin Jiam Haryeben, was created and information on how to learn the new system and the teachings were published all together in multiple parts. Then this book became a national treasure recognized by the UN in 1997. It was listed in the UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. It stated that this document he created was regarded highly for its linguistic, cultural, and ideological values. Next to his portrait is the painting of the Sun, Moon and 5 Peaks. It is a famous painting which is always found behind the royal throne, and it is believed that the Sun and Moon symbolize the King and Queen respectively, and the 5 Peaks a mystical landscape. Above the painting is a section of a famous epic poem written by Sejong the Great himself. The text is from the Songs of the Dragons Flying to Heaven, and is also known as the very first piece of writing written entirely in Hangul. The reversed side of this banknote depicts the celestial globe which King Sejong the Great ordered the inventor Jang Young-sil to make. The instrument was used to measure time, as well as the position of the Sun and the Moon. Type, standard banknote. Year, 2007. Composition, paper. Size, 148 by 68 millimeters. Shape, rectangular. The 50,001. The obverse side featuring a portrait of Shinsa Imdong. Shinsa Imdong is a well-known historical figure and is considered the representative image of the Korean woman and icon of the wise mother and good wife. Shinsa Imdong was an artist, writer, calligraphist and poet of the Joseon era. She became the first woman to appear on a new Korean banknote since 2009. She is the mother of the Confucian scholar Yi, who is portrayed on the 5001 banknote, and was of great influence on him. She is also known for being the ideal woman according to Confucian ideals. This earned her the nickname of Wise Mother. Her excellent painting and works often featured depictions of trees, plants, animals and insects. Next to her portrait are 2 of her paintings. The reverse side featuring 2 overlapping paintings by 2 other painters from the Joseon dynasty. One of the 2 paintings is Lee Jeong's Pungjukdo, and the other one is Eomung Ryong's Wolmido. The History of Korean Art wrote about this work. Old branches are depicted as broken and young branches soaring toward the sky, showing contrast. It finishes the shape of the branch and brings it to life. Type, standard banknote. Year, 2009. Composition, paper. Size, 154 by 68 millimeters. Shape, rectangular.